my name is Sam. Welcome to my new YouTube channel, Samantha's Bookshelf. Up until recently, I've been getting most of my books from the library, and then I buy my favorites, but I wanted to change that. I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for a little bit. I read a lot, which is basically my only hobby, so I figure, why not do something else with that? I want to get a couple new bookshelves to fill this wall, so we gotta go to IKEA, gotta go to some bookstores, get some new books, some of my favorite books. Then we gotta organize it and make it all look pretty, and I figured that was the perfect place to start. So this will be like combo vlog, book haul, and talking through my favorite books. So if you want to stick around and watch me fumble through starting a YouTube channel, then please do. I got the bookshelves, which is super simple because I knew exactly what I wanted. I just wanted 2 of the Billy bookshelves, and now I'm at Indigo, so let's go get some books. Really bad, but bear with me. So I got some books. I wanted to get at least 1 series, so I'll probably end up getting Six of Crows. I really want the Thursday Murder Club series, but I can only, the paperback for the 4th one isn't out yet. So I found the paperbacks for the first 3 and then the hardcover for the 4th one, and I want them to match. So I'll probably just wait until the 4th one comes out, or maybe I'll buy the first 3. I don't know. I couldn't find some of my favorites though. I really wanted Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher, but I could only find The Hollow Places, which is a book that I loved but from last year, so I probably will get that one eventually, and What Moves the Dead, which also is 5 stars, but I really want Nettle and Bone. I found these Silent Woods, which is really good, but I don't really like this tiny copy, so I might try to find a bigger one. And same with Dowry of Blood by S.C. Gibson is one of my favorite books. I don't really like this cover. I want the one with the veil over the base. So again, probably have to look online for that one. Did find a couple of my favorites though from this year, The Bandit Queens and Early Morning Riser. So those are a couple wins. And yeah, maybe I'll go get Thursday Murder Club. Okay, I feel like I want to do a quick social media versus reality, because this is my cute little filming corner, but this is the rest of the room. All of my daughter's books on the ground, and this is my hallway right now. I just have everything out here because I need to organize it. So yeah, I'm cheating.
Your skin and bones turning to something beautiful. You know I love you so. You know I love you so. I swear my crime.
my shelves built and moved, and I got some stuff from a couple bookstores. I went to a used bookstore. This is my book haul. I went to a used bookstore and then an independent bookstore and then Chapters Indigo. Same thing. Oh gosh. Oh. Girl. Rude. First, I picked up We Ride Upon Sticks by Quan Berry. This is about a field hockey team in the 80s in Danvers, Massachusetts. And I think they find like a journal or a notebook, and they are trying to win more games, and they kind of like use this book, like deal with the devil, kind of dark magic, and then they start winning games and like weird things start happening. This one was really fun. It reminded me of Bunny by Mona Awad, where it kind of becomes like a collective voice, like a we narration. Yeah, this one was a really good read, one that I want to reread for sure. And I love the pink. It's really pretty. And then I got Butter Honey Pig Bread by Francesca Equiasi. This is one, I think this only has 9,000 ratings on Goodreads, but it has a high rating. I think it's got like a 4.3. This one is so good. More people need to pick this up. This has beautiful prose. I absolutely love the writing in this. I had seen it at my library and I wasn't very interested in it, but what made me actually read it was my library did like blind date with a book around Valentine's Day last year. Or this year, and no, yeah, last year. And I picked that up. It was wrapped up and gave it a chance, and it was so good. I'm so glad I did. It's about a mother and her twin daughters, and the mother believes she is an Obanji, which it just explains it really well in the synopsis. Believing herself to be an Obanji, a spirit that plagues a family with grief by dying repeatedly in childhood and being reborn. Yeah, and it's just a beautiful story about like childhood trauma and just coming together as a family and bonding as a family. It has a POV from all three characters, from the mother and then both the daughters, and I want to reread this one. It's just so amazing. I did want to get at least one series. I really wanted Thursday Murder Club. I was going to get the first 3 because those were the ones that come in paperback, but they had like one of those non-removable stickers on them that said like, check out the latest in the Thursday Murder Club, Last Devil to Die. And I didn't really like the look of that. And I also didn't really want to buy another 3 books. I had already bought 10. So, but I did pick up The Six of Crows duology by Lee Bardugo. I'm sure I don't need to talk about what this is. It follows the side characters from Shadow and Bone, or at least I think it does. I've never read Shadow and Bone. And in my opinion, I don't think you need to in order to enjoy those. But it's like a kind of like an urban fantasy following this group of like teens that are in this like mafia. It's like kind of like Peaky Blinders, like gangs, mafias, and they try to pull off this like really elaborate heist. It was so much fun. It was so good. But I'm sure you already know that. And then the only other YA I picked up was, if I can get it out, Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I don't read as much YA anymore, but I read this I think 4 years ago. This follows a teenage girl who is just very anxious, and she's just basically spiraling. And I don't remember a ton about this book because I read it so long ago, but I just know that I felt really seen by like discussions about anxiety in here as someone who is very anxious. And I just felt really seen by this book. I also got Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. This is the first in a series. I'm excited to pick up the second one, Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. I love when books play with narration style and format, and this one is really direct to reader. Right from the beginning, he's like, I'm not an unreliable narrator. Here, I'll prove it to you. If you're just here for the gory details, deaths in this book either happen or are reported to have happened on page, and then he lists like all the pages where someone is killed. And it's fun too because when you're reading it, It'll be like, oh, if you're wondering if this person died, like go check the page numbers. So this one was really fun to read. Basically, it's about like a dysfunctional family, and they're coming together for a family reunion, and they've all got stuff that they've done, things that they're hiding, and it's a big mess, and it was a lot of fun. All right, one of my favorite authors, T. Kingfisher, I picked up The Hollow Places. I really wanted Nettle and Bone. I read that one this year, and one of my favorite books this year, but I couldn't find that one, so I got Hollow Places, which was one of my favorite books from last year. And this is about, we're following a girl, Kara, and she moves back home, and she is staying with her uncle, who owns this like antique shop. And then like creepy things start happening, like a portal to another world opens, and her friend Simon go through it, and they're basically trying to get back. And it was creepy, it was really good. I just love T. Kingfisher. I love everything that she writes. I want to like get to all of her backlist. I really want to read Sword Heart from her, and then her newest one, A House with Good Bones. I'm really excited to get to both of those. I love this book. I think I'm just saying the same thing about every book, that I loved it and it was good and that I want to reread it. Which is true. I want to reread this one. Right? And the only nonfiction I got, one of my favorite nonfictions, or one of my favorite memoirs, is Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. This is just about his life growing up in South Africa during apartheid, and it has like equal parts that are funny, that are sad, and that are just interesting and really informative. And it was just a really good memoir. I'm getting sick of the sound of my voice. Are you? Okay, and then the last two are probably two of my favorites that I've read this year. And this one being Early Morning Riser by Katherine Heine. This has a really low average rating on Goodreads. I think it has a 3.59, and I can see why. All of the characters in this are like pretty unlikable. They're also just quirky and annoying, and one of the tropes I love in books is found family, and this one did it in a totally different way. It was like reluctant found family. Like none of these characters actually wanted to be in each other's lives. They didn't want to be together. They didn't want to rely on each other, and then they end up having to, and it was just really funny and heartwarming at the same time. I listened to the audiobook of this, and I thought it was a really good audiobook. Took me a little bit to get into at the beginning, like get used to kind of like these characters and everything, and then once I was, into it, I ended up really loving it. This actually reminds me of Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson. This is another one of my all-time favorite books. Has similar elements, found family. It's funny, it's heartwarming, and I feel like if you like this, then you should try Early Morning Riser. And then the last one, probably my favorite book of the year so far, and that is The Bandit Queens by Parini Shroff. I've seen a lot of people like think about picking this up and then not, or even DNFing it, and I feel like this needs way more love than it's been getting. It's about a woman named Geeta in a remote village in India, and basically her husband leaves. He like walks out, he disappears, and everyone assumes that she killed him. And she's like, yeah, think what you want, just leave me alone. But then the other women in the village start coming to her being like, hey, you killed your husband, want to help me kill mine? And it's ultimately like a story about female friendship. I think one of the reasons why this hasn't been maybe picked up as much or talked about as much is because I think it's shelved as mystery. I believe it was in the Goodreads Choice Awards for mystery this year, and it is not a mystery. Like it has a little bit of like a mystery element, but it is not by any means a mystery. Like it's a literary fiction about female friendships, and it's really funny and satirical. One thing that this one did that I absolutely loved, I've read a couple other books this year that did something similar, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, and Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Q. Satanto. All three of these books I found had like, in sitcoms when they have like running gags throughout the whole thing, like Friends or Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like there's certain jokes that just go through like the whole series. This book had that, and so did the other two that I mentioned, where it was just like something funny and then it just kept going through the whole book, and then every time it would come up again, it was just funny. It was just a good time. More people need to read this. It was so good. But yeah, those are all the things I got. Should I hold these up again? Oh my gosh, am I gonna drop them 100 times again? Ooh. All right, so there's my book haul. But yeah, thank you for hanging out with me. There we go. Yeah, so I guess now it's time to organize it all. I'll get the rest of the books on the shelves and kind of finally get this room in order, and then I'll be ready for the next one. All right, I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. At least it looks better than when we first started, so that's something. Progress. Yeah, that's it. If you watched, then thank you very much to all 4 of you, probably. I look forward to making more videos and just having fun with it. So if I see you, I see you. Bye. This is awkward. I really want to read Sword Horse. If you watched this whole video, that's really impressive because it's my first one and it's probably really bad. If you watched, thank you very much. But if not, then see you in the next one. Wait, that doesn't make any sense.